want to take a bit closer look at this because it's such a good shot. There's a cross court, and that actually forces the boast. Because if you notice here, full stretch, full reach, there's the ability to put that straight is really, really not there. He could have just sort of flicked it up and kind of tried to get it there, but it meant that it may or may not come off because his body's really broken down, really under stress, and that's as far as he could reach. So he's basically just pushed the ball away from himself so he can actually get some time to get up. Now, as we watch what happens from here, the movement, Ferris takes a little while to actually understand that it's gone short. Then he kicks in from here. He's got a big wide stance. That wide stance is very important. So on his split, he's actually gone really a long way out. So he's got all these directions covered. So he wants to be able to really pick which way he wants to go. So from the center of the court, he really is all about controlling the middle of the court there. From there, he can actually go whichever way he likes. So he can peel back this way, that way, or he can push off that leg, this leg here, and go that way, or this leg here and go that way. So he's in a really good position there as well, and that was that attacking volley which helped him out big time. Okay, so the movements from here are really good. So what he does, he stores energy on his back leg. So he's only just kicked his body across, and now he's storing energy on his back leg. The back leg being this one that he's going to power drive off. So this is the one he's going to power drive off. This leg here is merely only gotten his body across there to get all the power on this leg, and so then he can launch off that leg. So this is transition. It's all about transition this way first, and then after that the leg will drive forward because he's actually got this recoil going on with his leg. So the movement's sorry, that should be a line. The movement's really important. This leg here, you see, it's all stored energy ready to go. The movement's really important because it's the movement that actually hides the shot. So if we have a look here, as he comes across, he's only going to take 2 steps so he can finish on his right leg. So instead of going front foot drive, like a lot of people will want to do, there's a few benefits in going in the back foot drive in this case. Not always, but in this case. And I like any foot anywhere. We don't teach you drive from this foot or that foot from this position of the court. So he's gone with a big leap forward, and he sort of floats through the air, which is what he often does, and lands and hits at the same time. So the timing of the hit's very important as well. So with this low swing, low prep, so this low prep here, it shows that he's not going to hit the ball hard. So he hasn't gone in with his racket up here and ready to smash the ball. Okay, so he's deliberately gone in with a low wrist. And that low wrist is the one that allows him to actually push the ball that way into the sidewall and across, or play the drop shot, or play the lob. So they're the 3 most common shots that will be played from this position. All of those shots, other than the drop, will get the ball away from him. So the drop is if you've got body on the ball. In other words, it's not a bad shot, but then you're in the way between your opponent and the ball. The lob is often the most common because it gives you more time to recover, and the triple boast just gets the ball away from you, and it's a very attacking option, and it can be fantastic or it can be very bad, depending on how well your opponent reads it. Okay, but this shot here, the other benefits of this is why I love this shot so much. It's really hard for your opponent to see. So you can't see the ball. So if you lose sight of the ball on point of impact, it's a real problem because then you can't read what's going on. It's very difficult to actually have to pick up a ball that's sort of moving really fast. So if you lock on the ball, you can always see it, you can always understand where it's going, and you've got your eye will track a moving object. But if you lose sight of it to try and pick up a moving object, especially something as small as a ball that's moving quite fast, is really quite difficult. So it takes that split second of realization of what's going on, because then it comes down to reading body and reading positions to what happens, and reading movement of your opponent to understand what happens and where the ball's gone. So that's a real important component of this low preparation swing. You will see that it's all about wrist, and it's not a follow through. It's a real flat hit as well. So we'll go through and show you the hit. So he's had to lift it up to get it down the back, and he wants a fading drive. A fading drive is one which will not come off the back wall. So he wants everything to go down the back. So he's had to lift it up and drop his body So the height of the ball is not very high on the front wall. That's how strong his wrist is. So he's hit the front wall here, okay? And it's pretty cool. Now he's got to basically recover out of the shot and cover the next shot as well. So he's only hit the ball here, and all he has to do is clear that side wall, and he's also used a bit of topspin. Now what topspin will do, we'll go back and show you that topspin just quickly. So he's going to lift the racket over the top, and you can tell because the racket head face from the bottom edge to the top edge is going over that way, and that rolling of the wrist, it's like a topspin drop. It's a topspin flick drive, and what that will do, it'll make the ball run. It will make the ball run on, and so when the ball continues down the back corner, it will just bite and run just a little bit. It'll run away. It just runs away. It doesn't stay down low. It bounces up a little bit higher, but it allows it to just pick up a bit of pace off the floor ever so slightly. And so it seems to get away even quicker. And so without having the power, the topspin's a wonderful option for that flick. It also enables the ball to be kept very straight. Like a topspin drop. A topspin drop, they're so fantastic because they keep the ball pretty much on the wall or close to the wall. This has done exactly the same thing. So this is like a really high drop, a really high fast drop. And you can see the outcome is devastating. It's just fantastic. So let's talk about the, I'll go a tad further. Yeah. Okay. So I'll even go back a bit further here. Okay, so from the shot, we've got the ball's coming down. Now all he has to do, really, this is a common rule, that your opponent has a line. The opponent's line is currently here. So what you need to do is you need to pitch the ball behind that line, and you need to pitch it behind that line by around about a step. So if you can land the ball behind that line by a step, so that line will actually move up and down the court with your opponent. So if we can pitch this ball just behind that line, and he's gone well behind the line, which is fine. And you can see how much work it is when the ball's actually running away. So now to get this back, it's almost like a backwall drive, or backwall boast, sorry, or a boast. There's only two options in this situation if you can get anywhere remotely near it. So because the ball's going this way and our opponent's going this way, it's really, really difficult to actually get any form of force or power on the ball. So there cannot be anything other than a short shot comes out of this. And you'll see Ferris will stay up the front. He won't come back too far. He'll just watch the ball. He knows it's a winner at this stage, so it's all over. And there we go. So basically, the shot is all about the deceptive component of it. So it's about that low wrist. Low wrist as you come in, and strong, strong, strong wrist. And we'll just take a look at the swing. So it's a racket prepped in the wrist. So he's prepped his wrist, primed his wrist back. He's probably gone back at about 45 degrees, and he swung through to 45 degrees. So when I talk about 45 degrees, we're talking about from here, prep, to here, swing. And that gives you about a 90-degree swing. So he hasn't gone across his body with his arm. It's been pretty much all wrist off a straight arm. So straight arm will be through here, and everything come off his straight arm with a flick of his wrist. And it's a topspin flick of wrist. So there you go. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful shot. I just love it so much. It's just fantastic. And here it goes. Wow, what a shot. That is just so good. It's just amazing. It's what squash is all about. And you can tell by the reaction on him just how important that shot was. There you go. Love that shot. Love the play. Love the execution. And the outcome is just fantastic.